Right then, welcome to Ryan's Road podcast number 7. We're on 7. We're getting through it. This is cool. Soon be in double digits. Digits. I ain't editing this shit. It is what it is. I can't talk. Number 7. We're liking it. Okay, if you are new to the podcast, if you've never been here before, if you're unfamiliar with Ryan's Road, you don't know what fucking road this is. Where's he going? Idiot. Can't drive for shit. This podcast is for fucking humans, okay? It's for people. If you've came here because I've said anything about mental health and psychology, this isn't for the extreme, because you say that and people seem to think it's about severely depressed, can't leave the bastard house, can't function at all, okay? No. This is about people, us as humans, because we have days where we're stressed, we have days where we have negative thoughts holding us back from the things we want to do. We have times where we don't realise the negative things we're doing to other people or outer influence we're having on us, okay? So that's what this is for. I'm trying to get to everyone. That's it. Start off with a realistic goal. I want to reach everyone. Yeah, good one, Ryan. Good luck with that. But generally, yes, if you're a human and you're listening to this, it's for you, okay? You might not like my voice or the way I word things, okay? You might prefer... I myself, for me, I've got a Navy SEAL called Jocko I listen to, and a clinical psychiatrist called Jordan Peterson, who's very popular. I listen to those two mainly, and more a little bit of like Gary Vaynerchuk or Gary V. They're who I use, okay? I'm just chucking my voice in the hat, okay? I just want to help, not in a dick way. I've been like it since I was a kid. Some people used to call me Yoda. People used to come to me for relationship advice when I'd never had a relationship. Okay, it's just what I do. I like to talk. I like to help people. I care. I get interested in why people are doing things, what they're doing and why, and then how they can better do it. Okay, that's why I'm here, trying to help. I want to help, not in a faffy way, not in a fanny way, not in a ulterior motive way. I've just always done it anyway with friends, anyone I bump into. When I met my now wife, she said she wanted to go to college and get the chef degree sort of thing. I think we've known each other like a week. That beginning, you're just thinking about dipping your wick, getting it in there, seeing some boobies. You know what I mean? But even then, we'd first met, I was like, get your ass in then. What's stopping you? Get your ass booked onto the course. She ended up starting college the same day her daughter started school. Flew through it, flying colours. It's just me, okay? I just like to push people to be the best them. So that's what I'm here for, okay? It's all gravy. So, I would advise you going back to episode 1, the premise, and working your way through. But if not, it's not the end of the world. You can dip in and out like a horny dog. I don't mind. This episode, this week, I want to hit on the incremental changes. Okay. Because when people, even if they get my words out right, you manage to take a step back, which is already is a good step, okay? Some people even struggle to take a step back from their life to have a think, okay? But they'll step back and then go, Jesus, my life's fucked. Where do I start? It's too much. I'm overwhelmed. Because the level of difficulty is too high. Okay, if you didn't see the last podcast about being okay and being content, go to that one, because that's all about how if the difficulty is too much, you ain't going to try, okay? I did use this example in the last podcast, but I'm going to flick through it now. Just to start us off, my friend wanted to quit smoking, okay? It's only recent. My advice to him, there's a exercise with him on my fitness channel. And I said, well, just give me a typical breakdown of your day, your habit, when you have your fags. Now, one of them was during his work, which he doesn't enjoy. So I'm like, well, that's going to be... I don't want to get him into trouble, by the way, in case someone from his work reads. Look, he doesn't love his job, but he does it, okay? He likes to have a 10-minute break. So his 10-minute fag break, he's having a break from work. So that's going to be the hardest one to break from. But I know he has a fag, or a cigarette, shall we say, in his car before we exercise in the morning. I know he enjoys exercising. So I'm like, how about, mate? Don't try and quit smoking this week. Stop having that one fag each morning this week. Just that one. Okay? This is the incremental thing, okay? Take it, and I said to him, do that for a couple of weeks. Let's see how you get on. And once you've faded that out, you can start working your way through them. I come to think of this example from when I've seen, being a self-employed electrician, I've been on jobs and I've seen stuff. And a nice typical one I like to go with is when you go to a house where the ceilings fell through. Yeah? And it's like, and you'll get a plumber come along and say, oh yeah, that pipe's been leaking. And it's been leaking for a long time. But then the damage and the damp has slowly kind of gotten worse and worse and worse until eventually the ceilings fell through. You unawares of that incremental change daily of that drip. Boom, suddenly ceilings fell through. You might see where I'm going with this. Another way of thinking it, I like water. You can visualise it better. You got a bucket, right? There's a bucket there. You've got your tap, and it's dripping. You got a drip. You know, fact, that bucket is going to fill up. It ain't like having the tap on full blast and it's going to be full in seconds. But you know for a fact that will fill up. Okay? So go with me on that. Just bearing that in mind, okay? With people with life, again, I touched on this in my last one. I'm going to try to stop saying that. If you feel the level of difficulty in your life is too much, if you're there and you're thinking, and you're looking at your life and you're not happy with it, right? You're not happy with how it's going, and you can look at it and think, if I keep doing the same damn thing every day that I'm doing at the minute, nothing's going to change. It's just going to be the same. If I keep doing the same things I do at work, same things I do in my relationship, same thing with my kids, or whatever it is, the circumstances of your life, and you're looking at it and you don't like how it is, and you know for a fact that it is not going to change, it is not going to get better, that is chaos, that is hell. Okay? No deviation of the word, or it's like it is, that is, it's fucking definition. If you've got a life and you know it is not moving, you're fucked. Okay? It makes you want to throw in the towel because you're like, what's the fucking point? After I kick the camera. Sorry, YouTube guys. What's the point? If I'm putting all this effort in and nothing's coming out of it, what's the point? Why do I even bother? But if you can look at your life and see a drip, if you can look at your life and see a drip, you know it's going to lead somewhere, and eventually that ceiling's going to fall through and it's going to expose a whole fucking leap of shit. So that's what we need to do. We need to get hold of our fucking lives by the scruff of the bastard neck. Look at it all, and when you're standing back, like I say, if you can manage to step back from it, I previously described it as being a wall, and each brick has got negative thoughts, self-doubt, external doubt when you've got family members telling you can't do shit. You know, all the crap on each brick's wrote, every little fucking thing, childhood baggage, fucking, I don't know, been divorced, or any of that crap, and it's all there on the wall on the bricks, and you can see it, and you can jump off the wall and take 2 steps back and look at it from outside. It's all still there, but you're just not on it, you're not in it, okay? And then you look at it all, and you don't suddenly start hyperventilating and panicking because you see all these bricks and everything that's wrote on it. You're like, fuck, where do I start? Pick a brick. Fucking same analogy. A wall is built brick by brick. You want a new fucking wall, or you want to clean that wall, so take that brick out that says, I don't know, I don't like my job, or something. Just start with the one. With my friend, it was the whole smoking and drinking and everything else. And his previous relationship was shit as well, and I helped him get through that, the end of that. Now he's in a happy relationship. You got to do it one thing at a time. Stop fucking taking on the baggage of everything. Stop thinking you've got to change your whole bastard life. You haven't got to have a thing in place that's going to change everything. That's too much. It's too difficult. Humans, we don't like difficulty that's too high. Some very rare individuals do, okay? Like, there's always the exception, okay? That's guys that are, like, super in bloody, like, in the army, special forces type thing, where they're, like, the elite, because they're the people that love the real difficult challenges. For the vast majority of us, if it's too fucking hard, we ain't doing it. Huh? Am I right? If I'm talking out my arse, fucking tell me in the comments on YouTube. Or if you just listen to the podcast, get on my Instagram, get on one of my posts, or message me and tell me I'm a twat. But am I right? If it's too fucking hard, we don't want to do it. Fuck off with your really difficult task. I ain't doing that. Get some other cunt to do it. I don't want to do it. So when you look at your life as a whole and you see everything that you think you should change and it's too much, you go, oh, fuck, I ain't doing that. But the problem with that is then it leads to that darkness again. It leads you to feeling completely overwhelmed, and what's the fucking point? But if you can grab your life and look at it and go, right, okay, write a list. Man, lists are fucking great. Text it out of your head. Never underestimate the difference of getting shit out your head. If you can talk to your partner or talk to a friend about all the crap in your head, or if you can write it down in bullet points, fuck me, it's great. It sounds daft because it doesn't. Remember, what you gotta remember is this is all in your head. Everything's in your head, okay? Everything that's affecting you from your job, your relationship, or anything else, okay? It's all in your head. So you got to almost like find ways of tricking yourself. In my original podcast, I referred to them as good voices to battle the bad ones, right? So yeah, you're standing back, you're looking, it's all shit, nothing in the far view. We need to make a drip. One little fucking thing, okay? If it's your job, you need to look within your job role or within your job, within the business, within where you work. What would you like to change about that? And then ask yourself, can you? If there's something you can do it. Maybe. I'll do that. People underestimate work, but you're there a lot of the time. Okay? It's a good one to start with. Either start there or start in your home. Because they're your two main things that they use, at work or at home. To be fair, I'd recommend that at home one. If you're not happy in a relationship, fucking sort that out. Because if you can create your bad relationship into a good relationship, boom, straight away you've got another person that's supporting you. Which is so much fucking better than facing it alone. Because then that person can help you deal with the work problem. Yeah? So if you're looking at your relationship and you feel like you can't communicate with your partner, wife or husband, you need to start. And you need to communicate with them about communicating. If you feel like they're not listening, you're like, I can't fuck. Like if you listen to this and laugh and going, she ain't gonna fucking listen to me. You got to alter your approach. Because half the time, I bet if there's something you want to bring up, you bring it up in anger. I might do a separate podcast on that. And then you're gonna lash out. Oh, you never fucking listen to me. Simple tip: talk to people the way you'd like to be spoken to, because they're people too. You might think, well, fuck them because they're a dick. No. If you talk to someone aggressively, they ain't going to listen because they're going to get the back up like, fuck you. Quick side anecdote. I had a customer message me the other day about, he must have been a tradesman or something because he was offering me work, like multiple jobs. I read the message. By the time I'd finished reading it, he's messaged me again saying, do you want it then or not? That sealed the deal. I was pretty busy anyway, and I thought, I don't think I've really got time, but I'll do the polite thing and reply. But then as soon as he said, would you want it then or not? I'm like, well, you're a dick. Right, I don't want to deal with you. Now anyone listening to this, but yeah, he sounds like a twat. So if that's it in your relationship, then maybe don't be that out of patience dick. Like, find the right moment as well. Don't say it whilst she's stressed about or he's stressed about her work or they're dealing with something else. Find the moment. Soften them up if you need to. Like, I know, dinner or meal or anything you can do to get them that you know will get them in a headspace where they might listen to you so that you can start working on things. And even just tell them. I had to tell my wife once because I was having a bit of a stressy day, and every now and then she has a habit of, she'll sound like she's attacking me when she's trying to give me advice. And I said it in one of the other podcasts, and I says I was getting anxious about going out with all my kids to somewhere, and she was like, well, I do it all the time, blah blah blah. I was like, love, don't fucking tell me that. All I want to hear is you telling me that it's okay, and I've been out with the kids before, and I am their dad, and that I'll be fine. And she's like, well, yeah, all that's true, of course it is. I'm like, yeah, well, just fucking tell it me so I can hear it. And she did, and I was fine after that. You might have to tell them what you want them to say. Say it in a nice way. Don't be a dick about it. But yeah, if they're not telling you what you want them to say, I'd like it if you said this, or if you felt that way, and then just have a conversation. Don't have an argument. It's a conversation. See where it goes. Try and fix that first. But incrementally, again, if it is smoking, start with your one fag. Okay. If it's exercise, start with doing one pull-up a day. If you can't do one pull-up, you have a pair of gymnastics rings. You go at an angle and you do a low one. Heck, even if you're just standing up against a wall and leaning forward a bit, just doing like a bit of a wall push-up. Incremental. Get that in your fucking noggin. Incremental changes, little things. If it's a habit, me it's sugar. I got to go my bloods tested again because I was told I was pre-diabetic. I ain't cutting sugar out fucking like that. No way. But what I can do is, instead of having like 5 to 10 bloody biscuits in the morning, I'll have 2. I've got down to now I don't have any biscuits in the morning. And I used to have a whole load in the evening going to bed with a cup of tea. I'm so British. Now I might have 1. Yeah. Whittle it down. Incremental. Again, if for the fitness side of it, if you end up getting to my fitness channel, which links into the mental health because it's really good for mental health. When me and my friend started, I told him, we're just going to get here and we're going to do something. I think the first day we worked out, we talked for an hour, we didn't actually do anything. And then the second day it was like, well, I think we did like 3 pull-ups, 3 push-ups and 3 dips. Just like, fuck it, just doing something. And it's been incremental. That was since December last year, and we're into March now. And now I'd say we're doing a proper full workout, and we're really pushing it. If we'd have tried doing that off the bat, it'd have been too difficult. Would have been really sore the next day. That'd have made us give up. It's like, fuck it. Don't set the difficulty level of your life too fucking high. Incremental. Baby steps, they say. But just try and picture that drip, because it's a nice visual. Be able to look at your life and know that, right, I'm getting in. I don't know, if it's like a job thing and you want to learn a new trade or new skill or whatever, that you're getting in every day, and that wherever you can fit it, because you'll find fucking time when you're motivated. Believe me. You can look at all my YouTube channels I'm fucking doing, and I've got 3 kids and a wife and I'm self-employed, and I'm fucking find the time. This evening now, recording this, got all the kids to bed. Literally, as soon as they're in bed and they're all settled, mate, I could have sat down, watched some anime, played some games, chilled with the wife. I got straight outside, recorded my vlog, and I'm in here recording my podcast. Because I want to help and I want to move forward myself, because I feel good doing this. These are my drips. Doing a podcast every week, it's my drip. What's your drip? What can you do for a half hour, an hour each evening? Is it following an online course? Is it looking into how to do an actual course, or where you can go there? Is it making time to sit down with your wife or your husband each day and just have a quick talk about your days and how she's got on with the kids, or who's got on? Try not to be gender specific, but how said partner's got on with the kids that day, and how the other partner's got on with work, or if you both work, or if you know, whatever you do, have a quick fucking meeting, man, at the end of every day with your partners, just to summarise, so you both know where you are, so there's no accumulative shit. I'm sure I've spoke about that already. Don't let crap build up. Happy wife, happy life. What a load of crap that saying is. You know, you let shit build up. If you hold back on crap because you think it'll be better, mate, they're drips, but they're negative drips. That's crap building up, and then it all explodes. That's more the ceiling one. You need that drip, and I'm gonna fucking talk about this drip until my balls fall off, because you fucking need it. It ain't a want. It ain't. Your life would be better if you need to know you're moving forward. You don't want to run a race with your fucking shoes glued to the start line, do you? You want to be moving. Not because you want to win, but because you know you want to finish. Yeah. Come on. Get with me on this. Incremental, little bits at a time. Don't get overwhelmed with the big picture. Step back. Try and assess it. Put them in little different boxes. Write it fucking down. Right, this is everything I don't like about my life. This is what I'm going to start with. Separate page. So you got that list, there's everything. Separate page. The first thing that you pick. Because I'd say we start at home. and then you write another list of the ways that then you could try and improve on that thing, and then you pick one of those things to start with. So you got the list of all the shit that's wrong, pick one of those, and then from that one thing that you've picked, have another list of all the different things you think you could do to work on it, and then pick one of those things. Literally, go as fucking micro as you can. Go as diddy as you can. Because that's going to be easier. Even if it's literally, like fucking really balls to walls, drips, man. You want to get up earlier in the morning. Get up 1 minute earlier in the morning. 1 minute. If you're used to looking at the clock and it says fucking 7:15, 7:30, 8 o'clock, I don't know, it depends what your job is. Right, let's say it's 7:15 every morning and you're like, I'd like to get up at 7. Don't try and get up at 7 the next day. Try and get up when your clock says 7:14. Do that for a week. Next week, try and get up when it says 7:13. Fucking do it. First time I really got the hang of this was when I became a dad and had baby. And like I say, my kids are close. Like they're 5, 4 and 2. So at one point I had literally a 1-year-old and a newborn, man. Right? House I'd moved into that I don't own. The garden was shit. And the one end of it, the ground, just the level of it was crap, and it fucking like angled away. And I kept telling myself for weeks, I was like, I need to have like a long weekend of just fucking digging and levelling that out. I must have got about a year or so in, and I was like, I still ain't done it because I couldn't find the time to make a whole week. I couldn't afford to have like a long weekend, like a Friday or Monday off. But what did dawn on me is that, right, okay, I'm going to get in from work every day, and I'm going to fill up one wheelbarrow. Shoveling, fill up one wheelbarrow full. Okay? And I'd go and empty that wheelbarrow. Because there's like another bit where I could put the earth. It didn't matter. Now, there's days when I might have felt more up to it, or there was less for me to do, and I could have done, I don't know, let's say fucking 10. I could have really pushed it. I had like a late day, skipped in or whatever. But no, I just did one. I might have done 2. I ain't going to bullshit you. I think I might have done 2, but I know I kept it small. I know there was days where I was like, oh, I could do more, but I didn't. I used to do it more off the time, 20 minutes. I'd have no more than 20 minutes. And I'd do that, and I'd empty it. And I think it took about a month, and I'd done it all. But that had very little impact on my life. So time-wise, it wasn't like a whole hour or a whole evening every week. It wasn't a whole weekend lost. And also, I wasn't heavily fatigued. If I'd have had a couple of days solid digging, I'd have been knackered. I'd have been sore as shit. This is where the mental, physical maintenance would have helped at the time. But yeah, I got it done. And that's when it really dawned on. I'll never forget the feeling of, hang on, I don't need a whole weekend to fucking do that. If I just dig a little bit every day, it'll get fucking done. I did the same with this studio. If you're watching on YouTube, I built this studio because I used to rap and I wanted to do rap. I wanted to do music. I call myself content because I wanted to do what I'm doing with podcasting, but with rap I wanted to like give advice and help and talk about struggles and stuff through rapping. Anyway, this was a stress for ages. I was like, how the hell am I going to get time to build a studio? I'll go into it a little bit. This is built in my garage. I like segmented it because I'm pretty handy DIY. But at the time, the garage was full of crap. So I was like, right, okay. You know, I went through my list. Like, what do I want to do? Well, how do I build a studio for a start? That didn't matter. The thing that mattered was making the space. So the first thing I did was slowly, every week I'd done a little bit to clear the crap that was in here. Because it was difficult shit to get rid of. So, it wasn't drugs or nothing, whatever your imagination's saying. It was just like big, huge pieces of wood. Like, what the fuck am I going to do with that? MDF. And so I ended up, I think it pretty much sure it started with me building shelves in my shed to take up the crap from my garage. Because if you just put everything on the shed floor and pile it up, one, it's not efficient, and two, it's just a pile. Whereas if you make shelves, you can use the space more efficiently. So I had to make shelves in my shed. And I remember the feeling of once the space was clear, once it was an empty canvas and it was blank, I was like, wow. And I used to come home, from the night, I'd cut everything I needed to cut while the kids were still awake, and once the kids were asleep, I'd pop back into the room that I was building for a few minutes, and I'd measure and mark everything to cut the next day. And sure enough, I built a studio. Boom. Incremental drips. Fucking drips. Get some drips in your life. Okay, sounds daft, but incremental. Take it easy. Step back. Look at your shit. Write your list. If you can step off the wall with all the crap wrote on it, and you can look at it all, stand there with a notepad in your head, looking at the wall, writing everything. Right. This is what's wrong and what I don't like. Okay. Pick one of those things. Right. How can I fix my job? How can I fix my relationship? Because they're the two big ones. Or whatever else you got going on. Then write a list of the things of how you can fix it. Then on that list, pick one of those. Incremental. Go small. Don't make it too hard for yourself, because you will give up. We don't like shit that's too hard. I ain't fucking doing that. Get some other cunt to do it. That's too difficult. Make it easy for yourself, but mentally you're going to know you're moving forward, and that won't be a little thing. That'll be fucking huge. Okay? I'm going to start to end it there. As always, at the end, I'm going to touch on the physical health aspect of mental health and how fucking great it is. Run off my little list. Better mood, anxiety control, help you sleep, develop skills, reaching goals, boost self-esteem, concentrate better, reduce depression, reduce negative mood, cognitive function improves, feel-good hormones, apparently like serotonin and dopamine. I still need to Google those. The reaching goals one touches on, like I say, about the incremental thing, about having that little thing to work on. If you can only do one pull-up, because my fitness stuff is all centered around body work and body weight stuff. You could do one pull-up. You telling me if you did one pull-up every day, and by the end of that week you could do 2 pull-ups, you wouldn't feel good about it. You wouldn't be like, hey, I could only do 1 before, now I can do 2. That's going to feel good. And if you feel good, you're not feeling depressed, are you? You're not feeling anxious. That's a fucking good feeling. And you need some good feelings in your life. Just that. The target thing of just improving. Again, it's a drip. Knowing you're doing something good. Exercise is fucking good. Personally, I'd say if you're going to do anything, do cardio. If you can't do a run, jog on the spot, do something in your house that just gets your heart rate. Get a Fitbit. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but I like Fitbits. Okay? I like my Fitbit because it just shows, I mean, I think there's other brands, but I just like because it shows me when I'm in cardio. Your heart rate, just try and keep it there. Yeah. Doing anything like getting your heart rate up and your blood flowing, that's what really helps me in the morning. That's what I always use this example of my kids, my little toddlers. And whereas before I'd be like, oh, why can't you just fucking get along? Why you got to be doing this in the morning? Why can't you just get dressed and do this? Whereas now I'm like, boom, kids, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll sort this out. You ain't got to worry about that. Like it was hard after the lockdown and my son, getting back to school, my eldest, my 5-year-old. I had to sit with him because he was anxious about going back to school. But I had the patience to deal with him. I like to use the Hey Dougie example. If you're not familiar with Hey Dougie, it's a child's cartoon. Come in the one morning, Mrs. stressed, slaps the telly. I'm all calm, I'm cool. I've got up and I've done a workout. I'm like, hey, love, don't go around slapping Dougie. He lives in the telly. It's not his fault. He ain't aware that the kid's throwing a fit and he ain't getting dressed. Don't you worry about it. I bet some people listen to this, but I'd have told the bitch to fucking hit the telly. She can pay for it. She fucking breaks it. Because you'd be annoyed and stressed at the time. Whereas, I ain't going to fucking do no good. Because I'm in a good headspace. Because I've exercised. Honestly, I can't fucking get over enough. Just, even if this doesn't get you over to my fitness, Ryan's Road channel, Ryan's Road Fitness. Even if it doesn't get you there, I don't care. If it gets you, morning, evening, whatever time of day is best for you, doing a little bit of exercise, and it's just cardio. I say just cardio. Cardio's fucking great. Like I say, gets your heart rate up, gets your blood pumping. But again, you will get goal improvement with that because you'll be like, shit, I started off doing like 5 minutes and I was dead. Now I do 5 minutes and I'm fine. You will improve, and again, that will feel good because you're like, shit, I've improved. Boom, feel good. Hormones, emotions, feelings, chemicals, bump. You ain't going to feel depressed when you've fucking improved on something. It's amazing. Like, it feels like it's unrelated. But it's all like, how's that going to affect how I feel? It really fucking does. I like to go off the thing of thinking as we're humans and we're people, right? And that if you think of it as like an evolutionary standpoint, aside from like society and stuff over the past like few hundred years or whatever, we've barely fucking changed, okay? Physically, we're not made to be doing the same mundane shit every day, sitting in chairs. Even if you've got a physical job, I've got like builders lads that know I don't need to exercise and shit because like I've got a physical job. It's a fucking job. Just because you're lifting bricks and moving bags of cement don't mean you're fit, and it don't mean it helps you. Again, if you just get used to that, it ain't getting you out of breath. You need to push yourself. You need to get heavy panting. You need to be breathing. Your heart rate needs to be hitting cardio. You need to push. That's what's going to help. It's almost like flushing your system. You feel fucking great. Google the fuck out of it. You know, this ain't a secret. It's just that people know about it and they're just like, But it's true. Do it, okay? Do it and then come tell me you've done it so I can high five you for fucking doing it. Right, going more into my way of doing it with my fitness channel, I like to try and get across that anyone can do it, okay? You haven't got to go to a gym. Fuck a gym, okay? You don't need people staring at you. Not saying that everyone will, but that's how you might feel. If you're worried about going and being judged by other people, you ain't got to go to a gym. If you can't afford to go to a gym, again, you haven't got to go to a gym. You haven't got to do weights. You don't have to spend 200-300 quid. Even saying that, like, well, I won't have a gym membership for years paying £50 a month. What I will do is go spend 300 quid on a load of weights and put them in my garden. No, you don't fucking need it, okay? Fuck that. In my head, you can double check if you want. Weights and weightlifting was created for body sculpting. You don't need it. If you want to do that, fine, mate, go ahead. I'm not against the people that want to do it. I'm against the people that feel like that's all they can or that's what they have to do. You ain't got to do that. Again, coming back to the whole how our bodies are and how we've evolved, like climbing trees and shit. Bodyweight training, calisthenics. If you can get a routine in of doing pull-ups, push-ups, dips, leg raises, smashing that out every morning after doing a 10-minute cardio sort of thing, that will maintain you. That will keep you going. You'll be happy. If you're looking at me or listening to me going, I can't do a push-up and I can't do a pull-up, that's what my channel's for, mate, friend. Go on there and there's progressions to learning on how to do a pull-up, how to start with a push-up. It can be done. And it can be done by an over 30 age person with young kids and is self-employed and that's got 4 YouTube channels. Okay? You can do it. You can, and you'll feel better for it. And that's what the channel's for. That's what my fitness channel's for. With the podcast and my fitness channel, they're both in this circle of I'm trying to help. Okay? On my Instagram, I'm always saying, body and mind, I've got you covered. The idea being, if you consume my audio content and my visual content, it's going to get you're either going to get some tips about life or some inspiration, and you go out and you're going to get something from it that's going to improve your life. So I want their messages, man. I want them comments. I want people telling me thank you. I want to come in and telling me that I've helped. I like to know I've made a difference. I like to know I've helped. I like to know I've made a change. Okay, get on there and have a look if you want to. If you don't, just start moving. Just start moving. Just move and keep your heart rate up. Okay? You can do it. You can, I promise. If you're watching on YouTube, the links will all be in the description for everything. If you're listening, then you're going to go to Ryans.road on Instagram. It's Ryans Road on Facebook. My YouTube channels are all under the Ryans Road umbrella. So it's Ryans Road Podcast, Ryans Road Fitness, Ryans Road Family, and Ryans Road Music. The music thing, I might start working on it down the line of doing because it's rap, my music stuff, as I've already said. I've thought about doing raps based on the content of each podcast, like negative thinking, stuff like that. The family channel's there because I like it, it's fun, but it also shows the dynamic of I am a family man, and I'll do a separate podcast about this, but you need to put time in with your family for it to grow and work and be functional, okay? And that's kind of just there to prove kind of thing, like a testimony, like, look, I'm exercising, I'm doing vlogs about working out, and I'm sat here doing podcasts for people to listen to and watch. But at the same time, I am spending time with my wife and my family. Okay? I'm not sacrificing that in any way, shape or form. Okay? So that's what we're there. We've gone through the intro. You know what the show's about. We got through our body of content. Incremental. Remember the drips. Okay? We love them drips. Tell me what your drip is. Okay? Get on. I need to do an email for this, don't I? In case someone's listening. Don't use Instagram or Facebook. Find one of my profiles. Come and drop me a comment or a message. Tell me what your drip is. What you dripping? How are you going to start making your life better? Because then I want to check in with you. I'm going to be like, how's your drip going, mate? Because you messaged me last week, said you're doing this. Are you still doing it? I will fucking message you back, and I will keep on top of you. While I'm really small. Look, if this all goes fucking nuts in a few years, and there's like thousands of people messaging me, like, I can't physically do that. I'll try my fucking best. I'll do like a lucky dip. I can message back. Get your drips in. Maintain. Subscribe to the podcast. If this is on YouTube, give us a like. Please comment. Subscribe. Any feedback, I'll love it. If you could tell me what you like that I'm doing. If you tell me what you don't like what I'm doing. If you tell me what you want me to do. Even if you just want to get in touch with me to tell me I've got a big bastard nose. I don't mind. Because you're going to tell me, hey dickhead, you've got a big nose. I'm like, cheers for that, bud. What's going on with you? Question mark. Yeah. Right, we're going to leave it there. I'm happy. We've talked. We've gone through some shit. It's all gravy. It's all good. Don't be afraid. Deal with the day. When you wake up, when you open your eyes, do not be overwhelmed by the day. It's okay. Just deal with it. You ain't got to be happy about it. You ain't got to be amazing. Don't be afraid. Deal with the day. Right. I'm out. I'm off. I'll speak to you next week.